after he filmed them making an arrest. It was a violation of his rights cited by the Department of Justice in their historic report. I'm ABC 15 Chief Investigator Dave Biskobing, and the feds found that arrest was part of a pattern of Phoenix officers repeatedly retaliating against people for recording what they do. Now, this is another story in our special series breaking down the DOJ report and turning it into video. To see an official copy of the findings, just scan the code on your screen. In this story, we're in the section found on pages 83 and 84.
Let go of your phone.
When it comes to recording the police, the DOJ wrote that Phoenix officers don't understand people's constitutional rights. Quote, "The First Amendment protects the right to peacefully film police officers performing their duties in public. We found numerous instances where people filmed Phoenix PD activity from a distance without interfering with police operations. But officers arrested them, used force, or ordered them to leave the scene entirely." The Fed's report cited 4 cases specifically on this issue. You're now watching body camera video of one of them.
Get out of the street.
I'm not hurting anybody.
Get out of the street.
You got it.
You need to listen to what the officers tell you the first time.
He told me to get away. I did.
The report says police handcuffed and cited a man for obstructing a sidewalk because he filmed the police as they arrested a homeless man in the zone. The sergeant ordered the man to step out of the street while he filmed the arrest. The man followed directions and continued filming from a nearby sidewalk.
You cannot stand there. You need to keep moving. You're blocking the sidewalk. You need to move.
The officer then told him to get off the sidewalk and get going. The man reminded the officer that he had the right to stand on a public sidewalk.
Come here. You want to play games? We'll play games. Come here. Hey, you're not free to leave. Come here.
The DOJ highlighted one of the things the officer said. "If you want to play games, we'll play games," the officer responded. The officer then handcuffed the man and cited him, though 2 people were near the man on the same sidewalk, standing just as he was, and were not arrested.
Name and date of birth.
I don't have to answer this.
Okay, detain him.
The man told us that the incident has stayed with him. "I don't film openly anymore because I know they're going to come after me," he said.
What is this, man? I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting in any way. I recorded the whole thing.
So did we. It'll be great video footage for the judge.
That footage never made it to a judge. Records show the case was quickly dismissed.
And this is intimidation and you know it.
It's not intimidation.
It is intimidation and you know it.
Put him in your car.
Now, we know of more cases in the DOJ's report that also highlight this issue, but those cases were cited by the feds for different reasons. For example, the detention of a Black Wall Street Journal reporter was cited in the discrimination section of the DOJ report. But during the arrest, this officer threatened to arrest a witness for recording.
I'm fine where I am. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Do you want to get arrested as well?
There's also the case of protesters falsely charged as a gang. A photographer with no connection to the group was swept up and charged as a gang member with absolutely zero evidence.
Apologize. Now you get to visit 4th Avenue Jail.
Not coincidentally, the same officer in that arrest was also involved in the arrest we just showed you. His name is Officer George Herr.
Come here. You want to play games? We'll play games. Come here.
The DOJ doesn't believe any of this is a game. These are serious violations of people's rights. So how did the city handle the arrest of the man on the sidewalk? Well, they gave the officer some counseling, but it's not for the arrest. The city didn't think that was a problem. They said that was legitimate. The officer got counseled because supervisors felt he focused on something less important than what he was supposed to be doing. I'm Investigator Dave Biskobing, ABC 15, Arizona.